Some high school teachers came to watch us teaching at-risk middle school math teachers. And afterwards, we had a session where they were surprised at how we were teaching them using modern technology. How many of you still drive one of these? None of us do. We want a cup holder. I had some friends who went to Hong Kong, bought suits, picked out the material, got measured, and their bill was figured out by a gentleman using an abacus. We don't use those anymore. But they're great for teaching place value. How many of you know how a slide rule works? I'm noticing people my age are saying yes. My father-in-law used to correct, he's an engineer, he used to correct his kids' homework with these because he said they're better than calculators, the batteries don't wear out. This is what I got through 3 major changes in college using the standard reference for mathematical tables. 725 definite integral forms. The problem with all of those tools is if you don't understand math, they don't help you. If you don't know you're supposed to integrate, 725 forms aren't going to help you. The idea of using tools is it helps us with accuracy and reducing errors. How many of you were in a fraternity when you were in college? I learned the sweetheart of Sigma Chi sitting in a tub filled with ice water and lunch leftovers. I went through when hazing was allowed. Say mu if you're in one of these mathematical honor societies. Good, a few of you. You get in these by academic achievement and distinction. But there's another mathematical society we are all involved in letting our kids in or not. And that is the mu kappa phi. You must know your math facts. They have to be memorized and they must be regurgitated with great speed. We end up placing so much importance on this that it ruins some children's experience with mathematics. I used them when I taught 5th and 6th grade because they're part of the test, they can't use a calculator. So they need to know their math facts. But as you get into 7th, 8th, and further grades, calculators are available. The excuse, oh, you're supposed to shout out the answer to these. What? Where are you? Okay, now what are we going to do with those of you that can't figure those out that fast? The Stanford professor says, you have to learn math facts, but we learn math facts by using them, not by memorization. Speed pressure damages children's experience of math. My suggestion is, especially working with kids who are at risk, which one of these is the more important idea? That you can do it by hand and bring down that 0 in the next number, or that you understand that 8,000 divided by 4 should be around 2,000. What are we supposed to be teaching when was one of the themes of this conference. The teachers at the high school having 9th graders do long division. That boat sailed in 5th grade. What you need to do is practice with this year's work. So I can teach rounding to a 7th grader while we're talking about the area of a triangle or the circumference of a circle. All I need to do is point out that 8 has to stay an 8 because 2 can't push it up. Which is more important, understanding the square root algorithm or to know I need to use Pythagoras here? We don't even teach the square root algorithm anymore. I had to learn it and come to 100th precision. So how do we teach them? Drilling without understanding is harmful. And I believe that math facts are important. So many problems become obvious when you can see a connection between the numbers. But what we really need to drill on, and this is in every grade standard, can you make sense of the problem? Is there a man who is 2/10 of a foot tall? He's in the circus. The other way you do that problem is 180 feet tall and he's playing for the Lakers. Here's what I got. The teachers said, we let the AP Calculus kids use their calculators, but we're doing 9th grade work with the kids who have crutches. To me, that's like saying, you guys that can run, take the car. Those of you with crutches, you better get going, you gotta catch that car. Give everyone a calculator. It ends up leveling the playing field for the special education and the at-risk kids that we're supposed to be trying to close the gap for. It's time to get modern.